meeting, and I believe it's going to be a very interesting one. The weather is a bit not so bright, but I believe we all are bright within us. So as it is the custom for Toastmasters, we usually start our meeting by reciting our Toastmasters promise. And the Toastmasters promise is just like to reinforce our commitment to the Toastmasters program. I don't know if you can see my screen. I've displayed the promise on the screen.
Yes.
You can see it.
Okay. So it's usually reserved for members, and I will join us after the count of 2 to join me in reciting the Toastmasters promise. 1, 2. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly. Can
To
you hear me?
prepare all my projects to the best of my ability.
Basing them to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so,
to treat
my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy,
to bring guests to club meetings
so they can see
the benefit Toastmasters
membership
offer,
of us,
to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters' core value of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. So help me God. Thank you very much for joining me in reciting that Toastmasters promise. Please, I need feedback. Can you still hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So today's meeting, as I said earlier, I think it promises to be a very interesting one. And during the course of the, when I saw the program, I saw the theme, Live Life. And it elicited a lot of questions within me. Like, what does it mean to live life? How are we expected to live life? Am I living life the right way I'm supposed to live it? What does it entail really to live life the way we are supposed to live it? And if you have such questions as well, I believe you're in the right environment, because I believe these questions will be answered during the course of the meeting. So without wasting so much of our time, I'm going to introduce the president of Lighthouse Toastmasters. He joined Toastmaster in 2017. He's an IT professional. He loves traveling, and I believe COVID would have allowed him to travel this time around anyway. He loves traveling, adventure, and extreme sports. And of course, he's the current president of Lighthouse Toastmasters Club. Please join me in welcoming the president, Toastmaster Rotimi Omotayo Benson.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samson, for that warm introduction. And on that note, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Well.
Okay, fine.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, and on that note, I'd like to welcome you all to another Toastmasters meeting. Both Toastmasters and guests, here we are once again gathered to lay down to become better public speakers, learn to become better communicators, and also to improve our leadership skills. And without wasting too much time, the theme for our meeting today is live life. And what does it mean to live life? First of all, what is life itself? I think that's a very difficult question. Life is, I'm live. You on the other side of the camera, you're also live. Now the question is, how do you live this life? Whether we like it or not, there will always be problems. If this were a physical meeting, I'm sure if I were to throw the question open that how many of us have problems, I'm very sure many hands will have gone up. If I had to ask the question again, that how many of us wish that our problems were gone? And I'm also very sure that many hands would have gone up. But guess what? Those that don't have problem are actually in the graveyard. Problem is actually a part of life. And so for you to live life in a way you want to, you just have to embrace problems. It is part of life. No matter the problem, no matter the stress you are going through, whatever it is you are going through, just enjoy life. Even is even a problem. How can you say you are alive and you don't have problems? It's almost impossible. Even I'm sure if you talk to Dangote will tell you that he has problems. You say, how can Dangote have problems? Problems come in different dimensions. But the whole essence of it is this: no matter the problem you are facing, no matter what it is you think you are facing, problems, challenges, time it anyhow you want it. I think it's all psychological. We tend to create these things in our mind. But the most important thing is, how do you overcome this? It has to do with how you respond to life. How do you respond to life? Things, problems, challenges are all external things. How you respond to life has to do with how you are internally. So what I'm saying here is this: no matter the experience, no matter the challenges, whatever it is, I like to employ you today. Live life so that by the time you're over 100 on your deathbed and you sit back and relax and think, did I enjoy this life? You say yes, because you try to live in the moment. You try to live each day as it came. You try to ensure that you engage in activities, exercise, love, play with your kids, play with your family, play with people. Don't hate. Are you hating for what? So, without wasting too much time today, for the guests in our midst, this is a meeting between two clubs: Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters and Lighthouse Toastmasters. And the person that is going to anchor today's meeting is a seasoned Toastmaster. He is the former president of one of the clubs meeting here today, and that is Toastmaster. Okay, before I introduce him, let me read out his profile. He's a senior commercial manager. He has won numerous awards at the area level, table topics. He has won Area 18 evaluation contest. He loves watching basketball. He loves playing and watching basketball, and also loves watching movies. And without wasting too much time, the person that is going to guide us for today's meeting, like the MC when you go to parties, is no other person than Toastmaster Philip Obi. Toastmaster Philip, the virtual lectern is yours. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
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 Hi. You said, hi. Mr. President, you said that I'm a seasoned Toastmaster. I want to maybe clarify that. I'm a seasoned in-person Toastmaster. I'm not a seasoned online Toastmaster. So for those of you that are new to Toastmaster, as you mentioned, I will be the MC of today's event. And since the theme is live life, I think about how does that apply to me? How does live life apply to me? You know, since COVID started, the first few weeks we are like terrible, because before that I was going to the gym. On Saturday I would play basketball with my friends. I had all these activities that required me to leave the house. But you know, since when COVID started, I started saying that, you know, when COVID is over, I will go to the gym. When COVID is over, I will play basketball. I know what that led to. That led to me being somewhat down. I've gained weight since COVID started. And in the spirit of living life, a few weeks ago, I said to myself, maybe I don't need a basketball court to actually play basketball, right? Maybe I don't even need to be around my friends to play basketball. Maybe I don't even need a gym to actually exercise. So how does that translate to how I live my life now? If you live in the Jakonde area of Lekki, you probably see a big guy, 6'4", bouncing the basketball on the streets every morning, right? I also log into YouTube. I have my favorite people that teach me how to exercise. And I have a whole bunch of things that I do to basically keep myself fit. So with that being said, we are going to move into the meeting proper. So if you are new, there are three main parts of a Toastmasters meeting: prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. So at this point, I'm going to call on the team, the team that is going to run the evaluation portion of the meeting. So the general evaluator of today is the past president of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club. Oh, that's me. I have 2 rows. I didn't realize that. So as the general evaluator of today's meeting, I will be leading the evaluation team. And for those of us that are not familiar with Toastmasters, basically we evaluate every part of what we do. They say that if you don't evaluate what you're doing, you don't really get to improve upon what it is that you're doing. And as part of my evaluation, I have a team of people that I work with. The first person on my team is going to be the timekeeper and our counter, in the person of TM Chinedu Omenkuku. I hope I got that right. I should know that I'm an Igbo person. TM Chinedu joined Toastmasters in 2015. He's an IT professional with a love for photography and gadgets. He also loves playing chess and watching movies. This guy, or this person, I don't know them, but they are me. Everything they like, I like. So please, with a resounding round of applause, please make welcome to the lectern, or the TM Chinedu.
Thank you, the Toastmaster, TM Philip. Thank you, very good introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good morning, and welcome to another Toastmasters meeting. The theme, Live Life, is very, very apt, because I'm sure we can all relate with that in one way or the other. For the purpose of this meeting, I will play 2 roles. I'll play the role of the timekeeper and the role of the hour counter. The role of the timekeeper is to tell the time for the different speakers, the table topic speakers, the formal speeches, and the evaluators, and generally to keep time of the meeting. I will, in my capacity, share 3 cards that indicates or gives an indication for the length of time you're speaking. I would use for instance, there'll be different categories of speeches. The table topics would be for 2 minutes, and the prepared speeches range from 4 to 7 minutes. For the table topic section, at the end of 1 minute, I will share the green card to indicate you've gone halfway into your speech. I would share the yellow card when you spent an extra 30 minutes to show you are the 1 hour, 1 minute, 30 minutes mark. And then I would share the red card when you've got into your 2 minute marker and you have to stop. I'll do the same for the prepared speeches, where I would share the green card at the end of the 5 minute mark, the yellow card at the end of the 6 minute mark, and the red card at the end of the 7 minute mark. At the end, I would also give my reports. Those that way exceed the time may not be eligible for voting. For the role of the hour counter, I'll be generally looking at speakers' use of pause fillers. Pause fillers like and just those repetitive words that we use to whenever we're trying to gather our thoughts together. At the end of this, I will also give my evaluation at the end of the meeting and report the number of times speakers have actually used these pause fillers. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. That will be all. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, TM Chinedu, for that introduction of your role. The next person that will be supporting me on my evaluation team will be performing two roles also, the role of the grammarian and the role of the listening evaluator. This is the person of TM Onyekachi Okuchi. He joined Toastmasters in July 2020. He's a brand strategist. Oh, it's a her. Her hobbies include baking, acting, and talking. Please make welcome to the stage, TM Onyekachi Okuchi. TM Onyekachi, are you there?
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Well, yes, I can.
Okay. Okay. I was actually speaking without knowing I was on mute. Okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and friends and guests. Today I'll be playing two roles actually.
Sorry to interject. Your video is not open.
Yeah, I've been put off. It's not from my end.
Yeah, who's controlling the video? Please, can you give her access to see her face? It will encourage us. Okay, now we can. Or now I can. Okay. Why do I keep saying we? Now I can.
Okay, good morning. So I'll be playing the role, actually be playing two roles today. The role of a grammarian and the listening evaluator. As the grammarian, my role entails to introduce the word of the day, which is formidable. The word means inspiring fear or respect through being impressively large, powerful, intense, or capable. And I'll also ensure that the role, encourage the use of the role by all speakers. Again, my role entails also to check the correct use of grammar, take note on great use and incorrect use. Sorry, the word formidable can be used in a term like this. TM Philip, I'll be using your name. So from the introduction, it's been said that you've won so many contests. With that in mind, I now feel that TM Philip will be a formidable opponent for the contest that we are covering next week. Thank you.
Nice bit.
Okay, thank you. Then as a listening evaluator, my sole aim is to ensure everyone is listening, as it is a big part of communication. And to ensure this is fully achieved, I'll be asking questions at the end of this session based on today's speeches. Thank you very well. And yeah, so at the end of the speech, I'll be asking random questions actually from speeches, and we'll know how we've been able to do our listening from the answers that we'll be giving. Thank you. Mr. Toastmaster.
Yep. Thank you, TM Onyekachi. So we have now met all the members of my team, and at the end of the meeting, I will come back on stage with my team members and we'll provide our reports to everyone. So that being said, it is time for us to move to personally the best part of the meeting to me, which is the table topics section. And to anchor this very exciting portion of the meeting is a formidable Toastmaster. She's an entrepreneur who joined Toastmasters in January 2020. She enjoys discovering new things on the internet and meeting people. She's also my namesake. So please, with a resounding round of applause, please welcome to the stage TM Chinyere Emeka.
Thank you.
Hey, why are you in darkness here? You're in darkness. Now, don't mind me. We can see you. Yes, we can see.
Good afternoon, Mr. Toastmaster of the day, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. So this segment is the table topic segment. And the goal of this segment is to give members the opportunity to practice or develop the skills of impromptu speaking, which will help them think on their feet. So in line with today's theme here, which is live life, you realize that when you live your own life, happiness follows. You know that you're a happy lady or a happy man, sorry. So I will encourage us all to try as much as possible to live your best life. Be happy. As in, take that risk. Plan for the future, but live in the present. Start that business you've always wanted to start. Go on that vacation you've always wanted to go. Smile always. Give that relationship you've always wanted to do a chance. Be bold. Just know, don't be afraid of failing. We all learn from it. Start your Toastmasters journey. I mean, register for Toastmasters. And if you know you are very shy and you want to improve your table topic or you want to improve your skill in speaking, you can just volunteer for this segment, which is the table topic. And I'll be picking from the chat box. Like if you know you're interested and want to participate, please just indicate. Then I will pick from there. I'll be picking 4 people. Yes, I have 4 slots. So it's going for 2 Toastmasters and 2 guests. Let me just say it. So, and each speaker, if you're coming out, please endeavor to speak for at least 1 to 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 30 seconds maximum. Anything above that will be disqualified. So, and please try to use the word of the day. Yes. So, my first speaker. Okay, Taye Olumide. Sorry. Taye, please.
Hello.
Good morning. So your topic, I'm going to give you a topic. I'll give you one topic. Are you a Toastmaster or a guest?
I'm Toastmaster. Toastmaster.
Number 1 question. How has Toastmasters Club impacted your life and career? Or how has it helped you live your life better? Let me repeat this. How has Toastmasters Club impacted your life and career? Or how has it helped you live your life? So thank you. Introduce yourself.
Thank you. Wonderful question. So how has Toastmasters impacted my life and the way I live? So I would introduce what I do to give you a bit of context to how Toastmasters has impacted my life. So I'm a management consultant, right? And we have to speak with clients, we have to help them solve their problems. One of the critical components of our work with them is communication. We have to understand them and we have to be able to communicate the solution that we have, unless there wouldn't be that transfer of value. So as a management consultant, I realized at a point that I wasn't as effective in communication as I could be. And I thought I looked around to see what I could do to myself, to improve myself and get better at it. And one of the best things that came out for me was Toastmasters. So I found I knew about Toastmasters some years ago in school. So I had some classmates that competed in a Toastmasters competition. So I knew about it just there. So it came up at that point of my search. And for me, it was one of the best finds I could get at that moment. And the organization And the structure of Toastmasters so far has helped. Every section is designed to help you. You have the people around who are supporting you. You have mentors. You have you have people that are supporting you, giving you love notes, helping you, and it's a no judgment zone. For me, it's been impactful, being that I can now communicate better. I'm still improving. I'm still work in progress, but I can communicate my ideas better. I've been improved in my communication, and I can deliver better and more value to my clients. And so that's how Toastmasters has impacted me so far. And thank you, Love, for that question. It's lovely. Tabletop master.
Thank you. If you listen very well, you will see the point he has listed, how Toastmasters has helped him live his life. He has been able to communicate ideas better than before. That's an improvement, and that's very good. So my second speaker, Jayola Koka.
Hi, TM Chinere. How are you?
Fine. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, number 2 question, which is, what is the best decision you have ever taken that has impacted your life? What's the best decision you've ever taken that has impacted your life? Your best decision.
Okay. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. My question is, what's the best decision I've ever taken that has impacted my life? Really, I'll tell you about my life, right? I grew up as a child. I always believed I was shy. I was scared of the world, scared of people, scared of what people would think about me. So it impacted on how I communicated to people. So I was not able to speak. I had things I would like to say in my mind to certain types of people, to my superiors, to my bosses, but I was not able to speak properly because I would say that I had low self-esteem. I would tell my mom, Mommy, I don't think I can speak English. My mom would say, what are you saying? Yeah, I actually look up to you because you speak good English. So I was always shy and always afraid. So you know what? I decided to do something. I went online. I started buying books, different books. I told my mom, Mommy, buy that English textbook. There was this popular English textbook. Buy the English textbook. Okay, my mom bought the English textbook, but yet still, I was still feeling a bit, I still was not confident. Then you know what I did? I went online and I saw Toastmasters. Toastmasters, wow, this is really interesting. And I came to the first Toastmaster meeting. It was really interesting because I saw people speaking with confidence. Like, I was like, this is who I want to be. I remember when I first came, I saw TM wrote to me. He came and he gave his tall speech. And he said, oh, well, I went to the moon one time. And I was like, shit, I want to go to the moon. This is really interesting. And you know what? I joined Toastmasters and see me, look at me. I'm speaking. I'm so confident. I mean, when people look up to me, they say, this guy is confident. I want to be like this guy. And every day, every night, every moment of my life, I think about my past, and now I'm looking at my present. Really, don't you think I'm a better person, the Toastmaster? Well, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Bella. That was a great speech. So let me move on to the next one. Please, I need volunteers. I don't want to pick anybody. Someone should just volunteer. Or should I just start picking? I'll pick randomly. Okay. Okay, please. Hello, Nena. So, hello, Nena, please. I'm picking randomly. Nobody wants to volunteer.
Let me speak. Susan.
Okay, I'm Susan.
Hi.
Good afternoon. So let me call her.
Good morning.
Okay, sorry, morning.
Yeah, that's fine.
Vacation. I were to sponsor your vacation to any country, what
Okay.
country would you and why? If I were to
Okay.
sponsor country, what country would you
If
choose?
you were to sponsor my vacation, which country would I choose?
Yeah.
I would choose Canada. Do you know why? Because it is one country where you could travel and then register for maybe a short-term program. So during my vacation, I would most likely start working on moving permanently, whether it's through taking courses, going around, finding more about how to move to Canada permanently. I would definitely visit places, be it hotels, forest reserves, but trust me, for majority of the vacation, I will be finding out ways on how to move permanently to Canada. Thank you very much. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Susan. Should I say that was a formidable speech? So thank you for that. So my next speaker would be PM Lanre. Someone just nominated you. PM Lanre, are you here? Okay, not a PM. Okay, Lanre, please. Can you just come out? Show us your handsome face. Is he here? Okay. Ojulape. I don't know if I pronounced it very well. Please forgive me. Please, who is this? Ojulape, please just come out and show me your face. Let me just see your face, even if you're not going to do it. He's also not here. Okay.
No, they are here, but they are running away. They are here. They are all here. They are hiding.
Okay. I can't hear you. Your audio.
My audio is bad.
Is it better? Do you hear me now?
I can hear you better. So good morning. How are you?
Okay. I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, let me just call out your question. How do you want your life to look like in the next 10 years? How do you want your life to look like in the next 10 years?
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I think I've been asked a question that is going to try my thinking. It's quite formidable that I was asked to speak on my first day at your Toastmasters meeting, but I thank you for the opportunity. 10 years from now, when I think about my life, I think the first thing I would like, 3 areas that I would like to have improved. Number 1 is relationships. To have been married for the past, I'm 29 years old and I'm not yet married. So 10 years from now, the second area of my life, Christian, I'd like to have won over. Third area of my life that I would have liked to have improved in 10 years time is my source of income. I currently run a business and I've done so I'm looking to scale the business. If you ask me 10 years from today, who do I see myself becoming? I see a woman who is courageous. I see a woman who is facing her challenges. And I see a woman who, whatever formidable opponents she faces, she's able to succeed. 10 years from now, another area that I would like to have improved is my speaking. I'm currently learning another language, which is Chinese. Difficult, yes. Challenging, yes. Formidable, yes. But still, I'm going at it. And 10 years from now, I wish to see myself as a fluent speaker in that regard. Finally, 10 years from now, I hope to have improved my baking skills. As a hobby, I love to bake. I've always done that. I've done that for the past 10 years from now, maybe just me.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Are you done? Hello? Okay.
Yes, I think
Yes,
she
I
is.
am.
Stop.
I am.
Network, please.
I am done.
Able to get most of what
Oh.
you said. And I wish all your prayers, I think because it's also a prayer. Everything will be answered 10 years, everything will come to pass within these 10 years. So that was a
Amen. Thank you.
okay. I don't know. Who is in charge of this thing? Please just vote for everybody that has come out and have expressed themselves and all that. I don't know who's in charge of it. So maybe we just put up their names so we can all vote for the best people. Okay, over to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Round of applause for TM Chinyere for running us through that Toastmaster, that table topic session. Thank you for everyone that came and spoke. Really learned a lot. From everything I listened, I think I heard about a formidable female entrepreneur, 2 great Toastmaster speakers, and oh, Canada. Somebody wants to leave Nigeria. Tiami Jama, you want to leave us?
You can't see your camera.
Yes, I do.
Eh?
Yes, I want to
You want
leave.
to leave us?
I want to leave. I want to leave.
Where's the love? Where's the love? Eh?
Here.
Where's the love, TM?
In my heart.
You know,
In my
I know
heart.
they started
You
talking
can't
about,
see
vacation. I was like, wow, she's gonna talk about, the beach, some romantic Paris, France. Then she said Canada. I'm like, where is she going with this Canada? And I said, finally, yeah, do your thing. I'm not hating. I congratulate you. Hustle your hustle. Hustle during your vacation, so that when you're older, you'll not be saying, had I known. Okay. So that being said, we'll be moving to the next portion of the meeting. And the person I'm about to call, this person is arguably one of my favorite Toastmasters personalities. She is a big, she looms large when you think of Toastmasters, right? She looms large among women. She looms large among men. She looms large even in the skies. This person is just a wonderful human being. She's an adaptable and successful project manager across multiple and varied projects. She's a dynamic entrepreneur and creative writer who joined Toastmasters in 2015. She's the immediate past Area 18 director, an advanced communicator gold recipient, an advanced leadership bronze recipient. Her favorite quote is, to thy own self be true. And I know her very well. I know that she's very true to herself. Please, with a resounding applause, unmute your buttons for TM Ifeanyi Omoike. Ifeanyi, I hope you are there. After all these hate, I've heard you. Now not be here. She's not here. Ifeanyi.
She is. I can hear her chatter from the background.
Can somebody chat her up since I'm not, let me see. Can someone hit her up on WhatsApp or something?
Somebody should call her. Okay. We can't
Can
hear you.
We can't hear you, fine.
You need to unmute yourself.
Are you muted? Please leave. Let me leave and join again. Okay, so she's gonna go back and come back in again. So while we wait for her to join us, it's interesting that one comment I have is that listening to table topics, I see that talking about people living their lives, people tended to, two of the speakers talked about Toastmasters as a focal point of their life is great, you know. But for me as a person, I want to learn more about people outside of Toastmasters. What do you people do? What do you do outside of Toastmasters? I like, as Ijoma told us that she wants to go to Canada. So next year, any plans you have for next year, don't include Ijoma. She's not going to be around. She's going to be in Canada. Actually, offline, talk to me. My sister just got a citizenship of Canada, you know. So yeah. So maybe I can, and I know a very close friend I just moved out. Actually, a lot of Nigerians are moving out. I encourage anyone that doesn't have, and it's not necessarily mean that you're just going out. I think it's give yourself options, you know. Yeah. You know, in life, you want to give yourself options. You know, Nigeria is great. I love Nigeria. But when I want to just travel, okay. So I've already hailed her, giving her flowers while she's alive.
I'm so sorry.
All right, the floor is yours, fine.
Okay, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I apologize. I kept on trying to unmute myself and it was just acting up, and even the video also, it's not starting. So it's not allowing you to see my pretty face.
So we can't see your face. Oh.
After I've made an effort to look fine for you guys.
Well, we know you never disappoint.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Philip, for that interesting and amazing introduction. And congratulations, well done to all our table topic speakers. You are all formidable speakers and it was amazing. I kept on trying to look for something. What do you need to improve on? But I was able to find a few things. So now I'll start with Toastmaster Taye. Toastmaster Taye, you volunteered. Fantastic. Well done. And you asked a question, how has Toastmasters impacted your life? You started by saying how you are a management consultant. So you explained to us your role and what you do. So I love the fact that your speech had an opening, a body, and a conclusion. And it showed that you are a Toastmaster and you've been speaking for a while. Okay, trying to get me to stop my video. Is it working? Oh, the video is still not working. Let me just continue. And then you had an opening, you had a body, and you had a conclusion. And so we could see that, yes, you are a Toastmaster and you have been speaking for a while. And I love the way you now explained how Toastmasters has helped you in your organization. And even when you said it's a no judgment zone. So you've learned how to communicate better and you have improved significantly in your communication and it has helped you on your job. Well done. What would I love for you to do better? The major thing I would just point out was, okay, I'm trying to start my video, but it doesn't seem to, let me just continue. Okay, the major thing I'll just point out is you clasped your hands. So clasping hands sometimes makes it look as if you are nervous, but you were very confident. So I kept on thinking, why didn't he should just let go of his hands because he's very confident. So just let go of your hands. So the next time you're speaking, just let go of your hands and use your hands. Not too much, but of course, just still use your hands. You're a very confident person. I could see that. So just don't clasp your hands when you're speaking. Release your hands. Well done. Now on to Toastmaster Jayola Koka. You also volunteered. Fantastic. And you were asked, what is the best decision that you have taken that has impacted your life? You also repeated the question like Mr. Taye did. And then you started with a story. So you started with a story that appealed to our emotions. You talked about how you used to be shy, and your speech was just so captivating because you showed a lot of energy. You were very enthusiastic. You used a lot of gestures. It almost felt like you were dancing, and you very formidable Toastmaster, yes. And it almost felt like you were dancing. I was like, okay, fantastic. And it just made us want to listen to you. So well done in that. You also talked to us about how Toastmasters has impacted your life. There was a point when you said, see me. And we're like, okay, yes, we're looking at you and we can actually see how confident you are and how much Toastmasters has impacted your life and made you so much more confident and energetic. What would I love for you to do better? So in as much as I loved your energy, I love your enthusiasm, fantastic, well done, formidable Toastmaster. But what I would have loved for you to do is to maybe reduce the gestures a bit. So it got to a point that it seems as if you were very excited, and maybe the overexcitement made you start using a lot of gestures. So gestures are good, but it could get to a point where it seems a bit distracting. So yes, I love use gestures, but also watch it and just be conscious of it so that it doesn't override your speech and then now distract people from listening to your speech. But all in all, fantastic speech, well done. I think it's still trying to get me to start my video, but the video doesn't seem to be working, so I'll just continue. Okay. And now, Toastmaster Susan. Well done also, you volunteered. The Toastmaster was table topics master was saying, there's nobody to speak, and then you volunteered. Fantastic. And of course, you are the VPE of Lighthouse Toastmasters, so you led by example today. Well done. And you were asked, Toastmaster Chinyere said, if she was to sponsor your vacation, which country would you choose? I thought you were going to choose somewhere like Mauritius or Trinidad and Tobago or, well, this is that country I love, Maldives, something. And then you said Canada. And I was like, Canada? And then you explained to us that, okay, you love Canada. But the interesting part was you were smiling. From the very beginning, you were smiling. And you have a nice smile, which made us calm down and just want to listen to you. Well done. You're also a formidable Toastmaster, of course. It just made us want to listen to you. And we just felt like, oh, let's listen to her and let's hear what she wants to say. And you just kept on stressing how you went to move to Canada. Like as Mr. Philip was saying, it was just very interesting. You kept on stressing, and I'm going to move to Canada. And I'm going to the table Toastmaster asked you for vacation. So you didn't say you should not move. And you even discouraged her because if she wants to give you that vacation, she would say, you're going to leave our country and you make us have brain drain. And so she would not even want to give you that vacation. But well done, you're very confident, and you also had an asthma, and the way you kept on saying, you kept on repeating, I'm going to move to Canada. And it makes us remember your speech because what we remember is, so Mr. Susan said she's going to move to Canada. And so we'll always remember your speech. We never remember that, oh, Mr. Susan wants to move to Canada. What would I have loved for you to do better? I'd have loved for you to add other areas to your view. So yes, you were asked, why would you choose that country? Which country would you choose? And of course, why would you choose that country? I'd have loved for you to say other areas, maybe why you love Canada. So in as much as it was fantastic the way you made us remember your speech by saying you're going to move to Canada, you could have also just added a few other areas like the view. What does Canada look like? Why do you like Canada? Do you like the food? Do you like the ambience? What else about Canada do you love apart from wanting to move there? And it would also even help us to know that, okay, we should also move to Canada. We should also relocate to Canada because of the other features that Canada has. But all in all, fantastic. You are a formidable Toastmaster. Well done. Now, the last speaker, Ojolakpe. So you're a guest, but I was almost going to say Toastmaster Ojolakpe because even if the table topics master volunteered, so she picked you out, you looked like you were ready. You were smiling. You did not even look nervous. You did not even look as if you were picked out. You looked, I was like, wow, she is a Toastmaster. Maybe you're already a Toastmaster, or maybe you've been speaking other places, because your nervousness did not even show. You were smiling from the beginning. You did not look as if you were put on the spot. Well done. And also, you used the word of the day 3 times in your speech. Wow, that was even something that you were able to do that even the other speakers didn't necessarily do. But you used the word of the day 3 times in your speech. You are a formidable Toastmaster. And if you haven't joined Toastmasters, please join, because definitely you will improve significantly. I love the way you talked about your 3 areas of improvement. So your speech had a beginning, and then you also now said, oh, I'm going to talk about 3 areas of improvement. I kept on feeling, is this person a Toastmaster? Is she a Toastmaster? Because the way she's going from opening to body conclusion, it's like, wow, she's already a Toastmaster. And then you talked about relationships. You even told us your age, 29, and how you want to get married. And of course, you want a source of income to improve. And even your speaking Chinese, wow, that is really, really formidable of you to be learning Chinese. And it's something that, yeah, is an important language actually to learn. I should also take it seriously. And then you concluded by saying, finally, I hope to have improved my baking skills. What would I love for you to do better? So I think for me, my major issue was, which is other people's issues, was your network. The network was having issues. So I couldn't really hear a conclusion. And at some point, I lost you for a bit. I'm sure other people lost you for a bit. But all in all, fantastic. Well done. All the table topic speakers are truly formidable. And we are all very impressed with you. Thank you. Over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, TM Ifeanyi. I know you never disappoint. So, before we move into our short break, I guess if I was to summarize everything that has been said here with regards to Toastmasters, I want to let you all on a little secret. Anytime anybody asks you for your opinion or what do you think about something, always, like the guest, I forgot her name, always break it down into 3 chunks. It always works. You know, why do you want to go to Canada? I want to go to Canada because of 3 reasons. How do you see your life in 10 years? I see my life in 3 areas that I want to improve upon. It makes it seem like you are a thought leader, that you are thoughtful. Mm-hmm. So let me not share too many secrets with you guys today. But at this point, we are going to go into I'll hang on for 1 second before we go. Please ask like 5 people to have their cameras on before I speak. What is Jimbo? Okay. Oh, sorry. That's before we go into our short break, we're going to go into a short break about, I see here is 2 minutes, you know, and after, on the other side of the break, we are going to have our prepared speeches. So let's, I guess, unmute our camera, our phones, so we can have a conversation for like 2 minutes, and let's see your faces for 2 minutes while we have our snacks and smile and learn about Canada.
Susan, you won't rest on this Canada.
Canada.
Rest on this Canada.
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
And you know, the funniest part is that you actually look Canadian, like you have the color.
Really?
Oh, I do? Yeah. I mean, I don't look Nigerian, you know. I look like I'm from the US, and that kind of thing. I know what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Now, hope everybody's safe. Though.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Has
are.
anybody actually gone out to like a bar since, you know, the bars are now open? Has anybody gone out?
I sent you a message. You didn't respond.
You did?
I'm not.
You did?
No, I didn't go. Me till December, till Christmas Day before I go out. Huh?
Me, you sent me a message.
Dominoes.
I dey fear. I beg. I can't shout. I dey fear.
Do not be afraid.
Yes, I did.
Wear your
Where? Yeah.
mask, face shield. And you're good to go.
I don't know, like, I think the corona might have mutated since it came to Nigeria. All those masks don't work for Nigerian corona. I don't trust
SMS. I'm going to send you a message.
You sent me. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I didn't see
TM
it.
Chinese.
Maybe did you send it today?
The baker.
Because I'm shocked too. How
Chinese.
would I see a message and not respond?
No, it wasn't today.
Patience. TM
I didn't see it too. It's not my name.
Yeah.
Am
I your fair?
How are you?
Yes. How are you?
Thank you.
Let me do my
Very
shout
well,
out.
thank you.
TM Abubakar, I see you.
TM Dara. Hey, you.
Where? TM Dara is here?
Yes.
Hey. TM Dara.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
Hi, Dara.
Hi, Dara.
Hi, Dara.
Who is Ayorinde Bukola
Good to see you, Dara.
Chioma?
See you. Oh, okay.
You're welcome.
Good to see you too, even though you can't see me yet.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, TM Kobe.
So I don't come for Toastmasters. I don't come for like 2 months. And I'm
TM Julius. Hey, you.
And I'm struggling to find the names that I know. TM Pradeep. I hear you. Tumba. I hear you, sir.
My brother.
There's a Tumba there. The Tumba cannot be there unannounced.
Yeah, how you doing?
Maureen.
TM Queen. I see you.
Ellie.
Maureen. Where are you?
Speaks.
TM Ruth, I see you.
Ruthie, you're hiding your voice. What's that? Come on. Let's hear your voice.
Hi.
Yeah,
Dr. Lanre, are you on?
Oh, time up.
Dr. Lanre, are you on?
Time is up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. So welcome back to the second portion of the meeting. Can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. So I'm going to call, for those of you that are new to Toastmasters, this is the portion within our meeting where people give prepared speeches, right? So today we have 4 speeches that we delivered today. And the first speech will be by TM Ayo Feolua Wole Ojo. That's she's an elocutionist who joined Toastmasters in June 2020. She enjoys swimming, and she'll be evaluated by TM Kubi Uyanga, who is a writer and communications consultant. He's been a Toastmaster since 2013. He believes risks are prerequisites to growth. So TM Kubi, can you tell us the objectives of TM Ayo Feolua?
Thank you, Toastmaster Philip. The objectives of this speech is pretty simple. This is a 2-speech project. So the objectives of the project is for Toastmaster Ayo Feolua to give a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and then apply the feedback that she receives to a second speech. And the purpose of this particular speech is just to give us a coruscating presentation and receive feedback. That's it. She has 5 to 7 minutes to do this. And of course, my best wishes. Over to you, Toastmaster.
So please make welcome to the stage, TM Ayo Feolua Wole Ojo. The title of the speech is Eloquence Will Make You Shine. Eloquence will make you shine. TM Ayo Feolua Wole Ojo. Is he or she on? I couldn't tell if it's a he or she from the name.
It's a she.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Your name is very complex and nice.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Toastmaster Philip, for passing on the baton. And to my formidable fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon to you. As soon as you take one step up the corporate ladder, your success depends on one basic skill, and that is your ability to communicate effectively and to speak succinctly. I am Ayonfelwa Walioju, the lead coach at Quaint Diction and Social Polish Academy. Clients call me Coach Q, and I pride myself as Africa's finest elocutionist because nobody teaches elocution better. Nobody, at least if I can say so myself. The title of my speech is Eloquence Will Make You Shine. And I will buttress my point by telling a simple story first. After I graduated from school and after service, I started hunting. My dad was a religious buyer of Nigerian dailies, and I persuaded him to buy Guardian newspapers Tuesdays and Thursdays and to buy Punch newspapers on Friday, because those were the papers that carried the most vacancies. I don't know about now, but back then. And collating all of these papers on a weekly basis, I would send out my CV to all of the email addresses I could find in the newspapers, irrespective of the role they were advertising for. I knew I must have applied for the role of a receptionist, a cleaner, an engineer, or whatever the case may be, because I used to apply indiscriminately. But there was one memorable event. I had been invited to write this written test in a particular organization. And a week later, I was invited for the oral interview. I entered into the room of about 8 panelists, and they had asked me series of questions. And I thought I was acing it, answering them. And then one particular person asked me a question and said, in your CV, I saw that you studied mass communication in school. How come you're applying for the role of an accountant? And I cannot even see that you had written any certification course or done any certification course in accounting. And at that point, I started shivering because yours truly knows nothing about accounting. I don't even know where the credit or debit space is on the balance sheet. I had no idea, and I was truthful. I told them that I apologized. I didn't check the role before applying. And I apologized for wasting or taking their time. Well, the owner of the company was seated and he was amused. And he said to me, I love how you speak and I would like to work with you. And he told the head of HR, which was also seated, to create a customer care representative department for me, because he said he would like to work with me. I didn't take that job, and that's a story for another day, because at that point, I was meant to start a training pivotal to my journey and to what I'm doing today. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, there are 4 kinds of speakers in the business world. Number 1, the incoherent, who meander, use tons of jargon and say things mostly interesting to themselves. Number 2, we have the coherence, who can verbally communicate their facts and opinions, but they seldom say anything memorable. Number 3, we have the articulate, who speak clearly and succinctly, but they can hardly persuade. And number 4, we have the eloquent, who use language and body language to win the hearts and mind of their listeners. Eloquent speakers are formidable. They sound so smart, regardless of how intelligent they are. Fellow Toastmasters, in a room full of people who are equally educated, equally talented, equally skilled, and equally experienced, there is always a defining factor, and sometimes it is your eloquence. In all your gettings, get eloquence, because it will always, always make you shine. Thank you so much for your time. Good afternoon. Back to you, Toastmaster, for the day.
Please, a round of applause for CM Ayofeoluwa Wole Ojo for that scintillating speech. Eloquence will make you shine. That is a fact. If you do not know how to talk, regardless of how much knowledge you have, you might not get the job. And even if you do get the job, you might not rise and shine. So thank you for that wonderful speech that really brought to bear the fact that it's important for us to be eloquent. And as Toastmasters, I think that is a skill that most of us are working towards improving or already have. The next speech will be coming from the Dynamic Leadership Manual, project category Research and Presenting, project number level 1, project 3. It will be delivered by TM Ayonsiji Ayongbemi. You'll be evaluated by another of my favorite persons within Toastmasters because of her name. I love her name, Joy Cheyenne. Wonderful name.
Jesus.
So Joy joined Toastmasters a couple of years ago. She is a business analyst and a member of the VP team for Lighthouse Toastmasters. She loves reading and traveling. So Joy, can you tell us about the objectives of IOCG's speech? Joy, are you there? Is Joy in the meeting? Let me check.
Let's move on to the next speaker.
Okay, so let's move on to the next speaker. Okay, so I just saw the next speaker will be TM Taye Oloriede. He joined Toastmasters in September of 2019. He has won Best Table Topic Speaker and Best Speaker Awards. He is the management consultant and lead of a social impact group. He enjoys playing video games and hanging out with friends and reading. He will be evaluated by, we have already heard her speak earlier, CM Susan Alexander. So TM Susan is a businesswoman, a voiceover artist, researcher, and has won the Best Speaker and Best Table Topic Speaker Awards. She's the current treasurer of our club and loves learning. I'm echoing. I don't know why I'm echoing. So if you're not speaking, just so that it doesn't affect the speaker. If you're not speaking, please go on mute. so that it doesn't affect, yeah, exactly. So, TM Susan, can you tell us about Tai's objectives?
Yes, please. Toastmaster, formidable Toastmaster Tai. The objective for this speech is for you to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on your topic. You have 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck. See you soon.
Yeah, Toastmaster Tai will be speaking from the Innovative Planning Manual. Project category is researching and presenting. This is level 1, project 3. And the speech title is Vision 2050. TM Tai, the floor is yours.
Thanks, TM Philip. Thanks, TM Susan. What does the future look like for you? 10 years down the line, how does that look like? How about 20 years? What of 30 years down the line? When you think of the future, I'm sure you have a general idea of what you want it to look like for you in terms of your goals, in terms of your career, in terms of your family. You sort of know where you want to be. When you think about the future, do you ever think of those that are around you? Do you ever think of those that you might not be so close to? Do you ever think of your neighbors, your acquaintances, the child that you saw on the street last week? Nigeria as a country has come to a dangerous crossroad. We've had about 6 decades of democracy and have not been able to create a sustainable environment for our citizens. In fact, the fear and the uncertainty in the minds of Nigerians is palpable. You can almost feel it. It is there when we speak, when we talk, when we engage and when we interact, when we plan, and most concerning, when we dream. In 2018, the African Development Bank, in its Nigerian Economic Outlook, said that there are 152 million Nigerians out of 190 million Nigerians that are currently living under $2 a day. This means that if you go out to the street and you pick anybody at random, that person is struggling to get by on less than 700 naira per day. The National Bureau of Statistics is just hello. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. You broke up.
We can hear you.
We can hear you now.
Okay. So in the 2018 report by the African Development Bank, they've said that 152 million out of 190 million Nigerians are currently living under $2 a day. That means that if we go and pick someone at random on the street, that person is struggling to get by on less than 700 naira per day. The just released report by the National Bureau of Statistics for 2020 says that unemployment has reached a high of 27.4% for all employable persons. This is double what it was just 4 years ago. The General Medical Council in the UK has said that there are 7,800 doctors working in the UK now. This is a concerning thought because we currently have 1 doctor to 6,000 patients in Nigeria. And this is a trend that we've seen. across different industries. We've seen it across different occupations. The young people are tired and they're looking for legal and illegal ways, the young and old, every demographic, legal ways to leave the country. And we can begin to look at different data points. We can look at the high mortality rate. We can look at the out-of-school children. We can look at the lack of jobs. We can look at our government. We can look at the lack of productivity and the low accountability that they have to the citizens. There are many reasons that have been given for this. The leaders have said it's the people. The people have said it's the leaders. But I'm not here to throw blames. I'm not here to tell you who did what. I'm not here to pinpoint the problem and the cause of Nigeria, of the fact that we are where we are at, before I'm asked to switch off my mind. The future is the future, and it will be what we make of it as a country and as individuals. There are many countries and examples that we can look at as a nation that have been where we're at and have been able to come out of that and move on to somewhere better. We have Singapore, once riddled with corruption, but have been able to come out of it and build one of the world's top economies. We have Dubai, blessed with natural resources, just like Nigeria, but now have been able to build a society that has worthwhile stuff. We have India, blessed with a huge population and high population density, just like us, but have been able to move from a third world country to a first world country. But let's come back to the future. Your future, my future, the future that we can do something about, the future of those around us. When we talk of millions, when we talk of numbers, it may seem so out there that we might not appreciate and value the gravity of the situation on ground. These are people that are around us, just like you and I, whose dreams are being gradually erased away. You can imagine, this is not a trend that it looks like it's ending now. Imagine how it's going to look like 10 years from now. How about 20 years from now? How about 30 years from now? And you may ask me, what then can we do? And to be honest, I do not have all the answers, but I have an idea. What if we can change one person? What if we can impact one person? What if we have the opportunity to sponsor, to mentor, to support someone? What if we can do that? I believe we can reach one person and that person reaches another person. We can create a ripple effect that will be considerable for our country. So as we look on ahead, 30 years down the line, let's remember that the future is only an accumulation of our present moments. So let's think of the change that we can cause and we can make in the present. And let's do it now. Toastmaster.
Round of applause for that great speech. Thank you, TM Taye. The future is a combination of present moments. That's deep. That's deep. I like that. I like that. So we will not be having the previous speech by CG. We're only going to have one more speech, and the next speech is going to be by TM Abubakar Jimba. He will be evaluated by one of my favorite people, TM Dara, who I've not seen in like the longest time. TM Dara is a lawyer, one-time secretary for Lighthouse Prestige, who joined Toastmasters in 2009. She loves Toastmasters, I can tell that. She loves socializing, writing, and reading. She has won Best Table Topics speaker at the area competition level. So, TM Dara, can you tell us what Abubakar's objectives are?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. The objectives of TM Abubakar's speech is to be able to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. And ultimately, vocal variety. I will be looking at how he delivers his speech with emphasis on the use of his vocal variety. He has 5 to 7 minutes, and the title of his speech is Project Management and Overview. Please, let's welcome TM Abubakar giving a speech on project management and overview. Thank you.
Okay, so before you speak, so TM Abubakar joined Toastmasters in 2018. He is the current secretary of the Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters. When he's not eating and sleeping, he does some reading. So without further ado, please welcome TM Abubakar Jimba.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
I just wanted to confirm, TM Philip, have you announced that I would like to be seeing the faces of like 5 members in the audience? I need to be
sorry, I missed that part. So basically, TM Abubakar needs to see 5 fine faces. I know everybody in Lighthouse is fine, so it doesn't matter. So 5 faces. So please, 5 people can, I guess I didn't ping anybody in particular, but possibly if 5 of you can just show your faces, I'll go on off because people are tired of seeing my face already.
No, you can stay. I want to see your face.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess 4 more people. If you can just unfree yourselves, maybe should I need to call names? Okay, so Dara is on. Who else?
Yes.
Okay, I think we have enough people now.
All right.
So I see John.
One more thing, Mr. Adedik Bajon, man, that man is hard to please. We have been monitoring him since the beginning of the meeting. Chai. We'll see.
Okay. So I think we have 5 people on for you. So the floor is yours, Abubakar.
All right. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon. I have a breaking news for us all. We are all project managers, all of us, whether we think we are or not, whether that's our official titles or not, whether that's our career path or not. We are all project managers. Now, why do I say this? You must be thinking, project manager? No, I'm not. Me, I'm an accountant, or no, me, I'm an engineer, or me, I'm a journalist, or me, I'm just an elocutionist, like our fellow TM, I am Phil. But project management is not about what you call yourself or what they call you. Project management is entirely something else. Let me just put it this way. I'll come back to this. Let me just say that project management has become a career path it started about mid 20th century. That was when project managers decided that we need to be recognized for what we do. Now, what was it that they've been doing in the past? When you look at pyramids of Giza, for example, it's a project. When you look at the Great Wall of China, it's a project. When you look at books, children's books, adult books, people landing on the moon, the Olympics, all these are projects. And these were organized by project managers, although they didn't know it at the time, but they were project managers. And how did they manage these projects? They applied a set of key skills and knowledge to achieve the objectives of the project. Now, let me bring it back to today. This meeting is a project, and there are people behind it who made sure it happened. These were project managers, right? This speech is a project. In fact, when we had breakfast, the food was a project too. Now, I want to clear our minds. I want us to open up our minds to the possibility that this life itself is a project. The basic definition of project is it has a definite start and end. Now, this doesn't mean projects can be long or short. In fact, projects have spanned over 10 years. Some projects are 5 minutes, some projects are like 15 minutes. Some are 15, 20 years. Basic criteria for a project to end, we have 6 of them. Now, the first of all is that the project objectives have been achieved. The second is that the objectives cannot be achieved or will never be achieved. For example, you want to cook food for 10 people, and then you have ingredients for just 1. That project is going to fail because you're just going to feed 1 person, and the objective is to feed 10 people. Now, maybe the funding is exhausted for the project. It's also the criteria for it to end. Maybe the need for the project no longer exists. Imagine you're going to a restaurant to eat, and then someone bought food for you at home. Now, there's no need for you to go because the food is there. So the project is going to be canceled. The human beings or resources available are no longer capable of completing the project, or if the project is terminated for a legal cause or convenience. Now, when you really think about projects, in a sense, they really need project managers. In order for a project to run really well, in order to achieve the objectives you need, you have to have a very good project manager. Now, I know we've been managing projects all our lives, from the clothes we wear to where we go to work, how we go to work, the schools we attended, what we do on a daily basis. All these are projects because they start and they end. But are we really doing them well? Are you really a good project manager? Now, like I mentioned earlier, project management started getting recognition in the mid-20th century. So it came about PMI and Prince. So PMI is an organization in America that decided, okay, we'll adopt this as a career and we will certify people. And it tells you what to do in a project. Then we have Prince 2 as well in the UK. They did the same thing, but they wanted to tell us how to do things in a project. So if you want to cook food, for example, you want to cook maybe white rice, stew, jollof, salad, there's a way you can do it. They'll tell you, okay, put 10 mg of rice, 10 milligrams of water, 2 Maggi. This is what PMI does. It tells you what to do. But Prince 2, on the other hand, it tells you, okay, when you take 1 ml of water, spray it. The other ml, make sure it's hot. The Maggi you're going to put, make sure it's squashed, then spray it on top. Or it tells you, okay, put the Maggi in the food, then stir it later. This is Prince 2 and PMI, they complement each other. So this shouldn't confuse you in case you want to go on project management as a career. One more thing I need to mention. Project has life cycles. We have the beginning, the middle, and the end. I would quickly like to share a file right now, just to guide us through what project management entails. Now, I'm speaking from the PMI perspective. I'm a project manager. I'm a certified PMI project manager, not Prince 2. So PMI tells me what I need to do. Now, I would like to confirm if all of us can see the screen, please.
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much. We have 10 project areas in the project. Like I said, we have the beginning, the middle, and the end. So when you look at initiating and planning, these are the beginning. Executing and monitoring and control, this is the middle. Then closing is the end. So everything you see here, all these 10 project areas, these are what we've been doing in the past. Maybe we didn't know what to call them, but this is what we've been doing. For example, project integration. We start a project, it gets approved. We want to do something, we have to have a sponsor, somebody that says, okay, go ahead and do it, somebody that will fund you. We have that. Scope management is what you do in the project. What exactly does it entail? Schedule is just timing, when to start, when to finish, your cost, quality, resource management, the people involved in the project, communications, risk as well of the project, procurement, what to buy, then stakeholder management. This is what you do in a project. So everything else you see here, initiating and planning, they are done in the first phase. Executing and monitoring and control in the middle phase, what you do, then closing is the end of the project. So finally, when I mentioned that this life is a project, are we really good project managers in managing this project called life? Are we really doing it as well as we ought to? Thank you very much.
Thank you, TM Abubakar, for that formidable speech and that thought-provoking question. Are we really good project managers? I don't know if I can answer that question. I'm trying. That's all I can say. So at this point, please let's unmute our phones and give applauses for everyone that came to speak. It's not easy to give a speech. It's not easy to come up here and work and deliver a speech. And if you agree with me, they all gave great speeches. So we are going to move to the final portion of the meeting. Before we do that, I'm going to call votes for the best speaker. Please, can we put the names of the folks that spoke? The first speaker was TM Ayonfeoluwa Wale Ojo. The next speaker was Taye, who talked about 2050. And the last speaker was Abubakar Jimba, who asked us if we were good project managers. So please choose one of these three, and we can move on to the next portion of the meeting, which is, I'm going to assume my role as the general evaluator and call on all the evaluators of the speeches that we've heard so far. So the first person I'll be calling on stage is TM Kubi to evaluate the speech by TM Ayonfeoluwa Wale Ojo. So TM Kubi, are you there?
Oh, yes, I am here. If I will just, my video will just be enabled by the host.
Okay. The host, can you enable TM Kubi's video? We want to see his tie and suit. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, for your, of course, very humorous and kind introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, when Toastmaster Ayonfeoluwa stepped up to the screen, her formidable sartorial sagacity, her sonorous voice, and of course, her brilliant smile immediately captured my attention. And that is very commendable, because the one thing that you want to do in the opening of your speech is to capture the attention of your audience. And she had 100% in that regard. She did not stop there in impressing me. She went ahead to, in the course of her speaking, to share a story about her dad buying the Guardian and Punch newspapers, and all of that about the job interview that she attended but did not get. And what did that do? You see, the attention span of people, especially in this day and age, is really short. So yes, she grabs attention in the beginning, but after a couple of minutes, people's attentions wane. But the story in the body of the speech helped to re-engage the attention of the audience members, because the story is very sticky and nobody is able to resist listening to a story. She did really well there. She, of course, was also very brilliant in her use of body language and vocal variety, and I must support her for having to stand up, which gave us more opportunity, gave her more opportunity to use her body language effectively. Of course, I think I must commend the room she stayed in. Was nice and expansive, and of course, visually appealing. But then there's another room that's even larger than the one she stayed in, and that is the room for improvement. So as much as she was very, very brilliant in her speech, there are a couple of things I would love her to look out for. You see, in this day and age where we are doing most of our meetings online, there is a lot of constraints that are not there in physical meetings when you're speaking physically. So it is usually nice to find a way of engaging your audience. One way she could have done that would have been maybe that time that she was asking, or she was listing the different types of speakers, she could have asked a question of the audience. Do you know how many types of speakers there are? Of course, everyone is muted and no one would have been able to respond, but you know, the question would have mentally engaged the audience members. And of course, that's another way of engaging the audience and making sure you don't lose them or let them slip away while you were giving your speech. One more thing, she ended her speech with the saying, eloquence will make you shine in all you do. Get eloquence. That was good enough, but as a call to action, I would advise that she goes for something more specific and more actionable next time. Of course, she's an elocution coach, and instead of staying in all you get eloquence, she could have asked for the audience members to reach out to her, and she would help them to get eloquence via an eloquence training. But all in all, she was very, very, very effective. And I must say, I was blown away by your speech. The general evaluator.
Thank you, TM Kubi. Thank you, TM Kubi. We'll move on to the next evaluator in the person of TM Susan Alexander to evaluate TM Tai. So TM Susan, are you there?
Yes, I am. Well done, Toastmaster Taye. That was really well prepared. You had a well-structured and well-researched speech. Your camera was well positioned. You used hand gestures to express what you were saying. You were passionate, confident, and very self-assured. Your spoken language was clear, and you cited credible sources for all your points. Well done. The only thing you should work on is your eye contact. You were looking at us, but personally, I feel like rather than looking at yourself, you should look at your camera so that we can see your eyes and you can really show us how you are feeling from your eyes. And then network. Your network timer, calm down, please. Your network prevented me from hearing some parts of your speech. So well done, great speech, and thank you for fulfilling the objectives. See you later. Bye for now.
Thank you, TM Susan.
My evaluation.
Thank you, TM Susan. So the next person is TM Dara to evaluate TM Abubakar's speech. So TM Dara, are you there?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
Hello?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So TM Abubakar, I have to commend you on your speech. It was very, very well delivered. And yes. First of all, I would like all of us to give him a round of applause. Well, a quick one at least. So going to the nitty-gritty of his speech. Listening to his speech was very, very educative. The first thing I noticed was that I could hear him loud and clear. He pronounced his words very well, and he made his points succinctly. So apologies for that, succinctly. Also, something else I noticed was that his speech was very, very detailed, and he kept to the title of his speech. But at the same time, despite the detail involved in his speech, it wasn't overly long. It was straight to the point, an overview. It wasn't too long to bore us and too short to make us wonder what exactly we are listening to. No, it was just perfect. I finished listening to his speech, realizing that, okay, this is an area I would really like to get to know more information about, or I would like to get more information on. And that's always, for me, the highlight of a speech. When I leave and think I'm going to do more research on this topic. So I commend him on that level. The one thing I would recommend is that he specifically asked me to look at his vocal variety. And the speech wasn't suited for vocal variety per se. It would have been helpful if he had included a personal story at the beginning. That would have been able to assist him or enable him to raise his voice at certain points. Oh, this happened to me and I was shocked. Oh, I didn't do this. A personal story would have enabled him to make sure that his tone was adjusted according to the specific comments or the specific aspects of his speech. Having said that, I did notice that in the beginning, he started off by saying, oh, I am an engineer. That is an example of vocal variety. So he did touch upon it, but it could have been something that could have run through the length of his speech if he had introduced a personal story at the beginning. Another thing I would like to commend is the fact that his ending was project managers are useful and it impacts on every aspect of our lives. In fact, Toastmasters shows project management skills. The whole behind the scenes aspects of Toastmasters, it shows project management. So with that in knowledge, I and everyone I hope can sit back and think, okay, project management isn't just a career. It applies to every single thing we do as human beings. And if you are able to inculcate aspects of project management into your tasks, your assigned tasks at work, into your personal tasks at home or in your personal lives, then there is no way you will not be more efficient at the things you do. So based on that, I have to commend TM Abubakar. I enjoyed his speech very, very, very much. I would like him to watch his time, because it sounded that as if he cut off some aspects. It sounded a bit rushed towards the end, but nonetheless, he delivered a very, very good speech. I have more comments. I will share them with him offline, but that is the crux of my evaluation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, TM Lara, for that succinct, formidable evaluation of TM Abubakar's speech. So at this point, I will call on members of my team to come and give their report. So the first person I will call on, who is TM Chinedu who was the timekeeper and hour counter? TM Chinedu, are you on?
Thank you, my formidable Toastmaster of the day, TM Philip. I will give the report for both the timekeeper's role and the accounting. For the timekeeping, I believe all the speakers today kept to time. In a fiscal meeting, we will give a round of applause to everybody because everybody was apt, everybody kept to their time. For the accounting, we have a couple of defaulters. TM Chinedu, TM Onyekachi, TM Chinyere, TM Abubakar, TM Jayola, and TM Arujo used pause fillers just once throughout the meeting. My Toastmaster of the day, however, TM Philip, used pause fillers 5 times.
No!
So what do we tell our Toastmaster of the day?
Don't do it again.
So that will be my report, my dear formidable fellow Toastmasters. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster, TM Philip. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that report, Chinedu. The next person is the grammarian and the listening evaluator in the person of TM Onyekachi Uche. While TM Chinedu's Onyekachi is coming on, please vote for the best evaluator. You should have seen that on the screen.
Okay, for some reasons, Onyekachi lost connection along the line.
Oh, okay.
So since I noticed, I started from there.
Oh, okay.
So would you permit me to give the report?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Thank you. Can you all hear me and see me?
Yes, we can hear and see you.
Yes, we can.
Okay. I'm pleased to give the grammarian and listening evaluators report. I would like to start with the word of the day, formidable. This was not used as graciously as I expected. And pardon my inconsistency because I was losing connection along the line. TM Philip used it 3 times. TM Chinyere once. TM Ojolape, I'm not sure if she's a Toastmaster or a guest. She used it 3 times. TM Ayomfe used it once. And the only exception is TM Ifeanyi. The way she was going at it, I was wondering if she was the one that proposed the word of the day. I even lost count along the line, but I counted 8 times. So a round of applause for TM Ifeanyi. Okay, to the listening evaluators report. I have a few questions to test our listening skills. Who said she looms large in Toastmasters? And who,
Toastmaster of the day.
And who was he referring to?
He was referring to TM Lara. Lara.
Wrong.
No, not TM Lara. TM.
Ifeanyi.
Correct.
Was it Ifeanyi? Oh, Ifeanyi.
Yeah, it was Ifeanyi. Yep. I give you half mark. I give you half mark. Good one. The last question. TM Ayomfe in her speech listed 4 kinds of speakers. Who would like to, you may not have to name all, list all, but let me hear them in that order. In that order.
So she said incoherent.
First one. Correct.
Incoherent, coherent. Okay, so the next one is, I know the last one is eloquent, articulate, then eloquent.
Correct. A round of applause to him. sharp listening skills, I must say. Who said this life itself is a project? Thank you so much. That will be all. Over to you, the Toastmaster.
Thank you for that evaluation, Salif. So as the general evaluator, I will evaluate the meeting as I saw it. You will agree with me that the meeting was very lively and we started slightly late. However, we had a decent amount of people that were already online on time. So thank you for that. The role players did their job. They all showed up early and on time. We had some internet issues, but I think the team worked around managing those situations. And one thing I really want to give props to everyone on this meeting that spoke was, I think we as a team, we do very well with our presentation layer, not what we say, but how we present ourselves online. So I love the way that people dressed up as if they were in a physical meeting. Really love that. I also love the backgrounds that we are used for the meeting. So please, let's keep that up in our future, not just for Toastmasters, but in our future or in our organizations, because it really matters. You don't want to have a very clustered environment when you are speaking online and people can actually see you. So that being said, that's my evaluation for today. And to move on to the next portion of the meeting, I'm going to announce the winners for the best speeches and best evaluators. So if you give me 1 second, I haven't. Okay, so the best evaluator is, can I get my drum roll, please? There you go. The best evaluator is TM Dara. Thank you, TM Dara, for your evaluation. And the best speaker, was that shared with me already? Did I miss that? Okay, sorry. The best speaker, drum roll, please. TM Ayanfeoluwa Wole Ojo. Thank you for your being such wonderful participants today at the meeting. At this point, I will pass over the baton.
Hello, Jan Philip.
Yes.
There's table topics just a little bit up. You can just check up.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I forgot about that. You see, that is the wonderful thing about having a good team around you. They correct you when you are making mistakes. So team, make sure that you have, sorry, I'm looking for, okay, and the winner of the table topic session, please drum roll again. It is guest Ojoalape Arojo. She's a guest and she won, but I can tell her emphatically that if you are a Toastmaster, you win more. That's my elevator speech for Toastmasters. So that being said, I would transfer the baton to TM Salif Mohammed. He's an engineer who joined Toastmasters in 2015. He has won the Best Table Topic Speaker awards. He loves playing football and influencing people positively. He is also the president of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters. Please unmute your phones and show some love for TM Salif Mohammed.
Thank you. Thank you so much, TM Philip. Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. If you had fun as much as I did throughout the meeting, please give a round of applause to the role players and to yourself, the audience. Please, a round of applause. Yes, you make me believe you had fun. Now I know you had fun. Thank you so much. The time is fast spent. We're almost running out of time, but I would like to give us a few information before we close and draw the curtains. First, the guests, could you go to the chat box? There should be a link there. So you put your information so that you can be spoken to after the meeting. We have, in the next 2 days, a very important convention, a global convention, the Toastmasters International 2020 Virtual Convention. It's a free online global program that brings together experts from around the world to teach and inspire you. It's coming up on the 24th to 29th of August, 2020. The beauty of this unprecedented Toastmasters Global Learning Experience is that you can watch it from the comfort of your home or wherever you choose to be. So invite your colleagues, family, and friends to participate in this great event. Madam VPR, please kindly post in the link on the chat, post the link on the chat box for registration to the virtual convention. Is it possible for you to post the link on the chat box so people can register? Thank you.
Oh, sorry, TM Salif, before you go on.
Okay.
This is the normal Toastmasters convention, correct? But it's just going to be virtual this year.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Okay.
But for COVID, it would have been real.
And it's
physical.
also free this time.
Yes, and this time it's free.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and you'll be participating from the comfort of your home.
Nice.
What an opportunity. So sometimes disappointments come wrapped. I mean, blessings comes wrapped in disappointments.
Yeah.
You agree?
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So another program is the Tall Tales and Table Topics contest. You are invited to the contest for both Lighthouse and Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club coming up on the 29th of August 2020 via Zoom. We'll be doing it one after the other for both clubs. Lighthouse will hold their contest by 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., while Lighthouse Prestige will hold theirs by 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. on that day. Remember, the date is 29th of August, 2020. I'm sure you'll have an enthralling experience during the contest. Last but not least, the club's membership renewal will be due by the end of September. Please get ready to renew your dues. The beauty at this time of pandemic is that we have introduced quarterly payments, so you can pay twice. Basically, Toastmasters, in Toastmasters, we renew 6 months. I mean, after every 6 months, that's biannually. But because of the pandemic situation that we find ourselves, we have allowed for quarterly payments. So it means you can pay for 3 months now, and maybe by the end of September, you complete the rest of the payment. For our guests, you'll be duly informed by our VPMs afterwards on how to register as Toastmaster. Please kindly put your details on the link that's provided in the chat box. Thank you so much. I would like to use this opportunity to let us know our guests. So if you are a guest, could you kindly unmute and open your video so you can tell us about yourself, who invited you to this meeting, and what the experience has been for you. Also, we would like to know if you're happy to have been here, and we would like to know if you come back again. So who's first? Who's going to talk first? Go on, our guest. Unmute your mic and give us an icebreaker. We are all ears. Do we still have guests around?
Yes, we do, but I don't know.
I'm listening. Is Eunice Bassi a guest? Eunice Bassi. What about Glory Robert?
Yes, good afternoon. This is Eunice.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I'm a guest. I was invited by TM Ion Fair. Well, I really enjoyed the event today. I've actually wondered what is Toastmaster all about, but with this meeting, I think I've learned a lot. I'm very happy to have met all of you and listening to all the speeches and everything. I have learned a lot, and yes, I enjoyed it. There was no dull moment. Everybody prepared well to deliver their talks. Very interesting. And yes, I would like to join. I think I've filled out the form already. So I'm looking forward to more time with these wonderful people here and to learn from all of you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Eunice. Nice to have you. Your diction sounds like that of Ion Fair. You strike me like in the not too distant future, you'll be a very formidable Toastmaster. Welcome once again.
Thank you so much.
Who else is on? Glory Robert?
Yes.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Glory.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Okay, my name is Glory Robert. I was invited by TM Ion Fair. Good afternoon once again. Sorry, my network. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
I'm a guest invited by TM Ion Fair. And it has been awesome all through. I enjoyed the meeting and I love to be part of the Toastmasters family. And I'm looking forward to become a better presenter. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, we'll look forward to
Right,
having
that's
you
all I
as a
can say
member.
for now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You are welcome. Who else is a guest in the house? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. My name is Ichitokun Gabriel. I'm a communication coach. And I was invited by TM Affair. Get that of boxes. What else do you want to know?
Okay, how has your experience been?
Yeah, it was a well.
If you would like to join soon.
This meeting has been well organized. I can really attest to that. Well organized. I love that. About my joining soon, I'm not, because I shuttle between spaces. I don't know how it will be easy for me to move around and come to a particular club as at the moment. But when the time is right, I will join.
Okay, thank you. I missed another thing, the information, what you do.
I'm a communication coach.
Okay, thank you. Addressing the aspect of your location and how it would affect your joining.
Yeah.
Like I said, blessings come wrapped in disadvantages. We have this COVID era, but the beauty of it all is that you can register and we do our meetings online. So from the comfort of your house, wherever you are, globally, you can be a member, you can join and still attend meetings and do your projects and reach every member at any point in time. So I don't think there is a barrier to that.
No, that's fine then. That's fine.
If you need to be more convinced by attending our meetings regularly, you would see. But I tell you, there is no barrier to that.
All right. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, and I assure you are going to have a very enthralling experience as a Toastmaster.
Sure. Thank you.
Do we have another guest? Kamara and Wobi. Kamara?
Yes.
Okay. You are on.
Oh, I'm not a guest.
Oh, okay. It's okay. Ojo Lakpe Arojo. Are you a guest?
She is.
Okay. Ojo Lakpe, our winner of the table topics session.
I am, but it seems that I didn't have very good signal earlier on.
Okay.
So I was quite hesitant to speak.
Okay. So
can you hear me?
Now. Yes.
It seems I don't have good. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. It's breaking, but it's better now. Uh-oh.
All right, so I had a very good, interesting, and then I got exposed to seasoned speakers. I would say a lot of the people that gave speeches today were quite inspiring. Their skill speaking is coming to speak or learning to speak. Definitely a very good experience in terms of learning and inspiration. Thank you for the honor, table topic speaker called. Yes, so thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if have you finished speaking? I lost you at the point. Okay, if you have, thank you and welcome. Welcome and congratulations on your winning the table topics session. It's clear that you ought to be here. So make up your mind quickly and join. You are welcome. Who else is new here? Lanre. There's a name Lanre here. Is he new?
Sorry, I was here. I'm a guest.
You're a guest, right?
Yes, but I joined you guys last week too. So I introduced myself last week.
Okay, that's fine. Although I won't mind if you do that again, but it's okay. What about Ayorinde?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
My name
afternoon.
is Ayon Ajay. My name is Ayon Ajay. I joined Toastmaster. I'm here as a guest, and I am there by myself. Not nobody prepared me actually. So I was introduced to Toastmaster with a senior colleague, but I find it hard to join because of location. But now since the COVID thing, so I am using this opportunity to see how I can be part of Toastmaster family. And my key objectives are to be a good speaker and a Toastmaster family and a business leader. That's Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello.
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Too?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all for now.
Okay, you didn't say when you will be joining soon?
Yes, soon. I'll be part of this soon. I'm still watching. Thank you.
Thank you so much and welcome. You sound like a good speaker already. It's nice having all of you. Make sure to put your details, if you haven't done so, on the chat box. Thank you. The time is fast spent, so by the power vested on me, I would like to call this meeting a day. So we see you again on the 29th of August, 2020. Thank you for coming. Bye.
Well done, Tim Salih.
Thank you. Great opening speech you gave.
TM Kubi, thank you for joining us today. TM Salih.
Susan, thank you for having me.
Susan,
it was a pleasure being in the meeting today.
Anytime.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye,
Bye,
to everybody.
everyone. Enjoy your week.
Yeah, bye, everyone.
Thank you, TM Chineze, TM Ayanfe, great speech. TM Dara, great evaluation.
Thank you. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Same here. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Dara.
Thank you. Bye.